ladies and gentlemen, for the 986th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show. Featuring that dude called His Junis.
What up, bitches?
As well as myself, aka myself. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show. Now, we might get joined here in a little bit by that lady called Lisa, but we're not 100% on that. So, we're just going to get to rocking now, right now, with you right now. I don't even know what the hell he was... Oh, yeah, you was laughing at your own self.
Yeah.
We ended off with a little Russian Roulette, and the Jew Unit got to venture into a couple more of his silly songs.
That was some good times up there, man.
Dude, we've had a lot of good times recording foolish songs of yours.
That shit was a wild time, though, man. I would just randomly show up, drop like 4 tracks, and then just like leave.
Yeah,
you know
you would get wasted. You would drop 4 tracks, and then you would get in your car and you'd drive home.
Like, all right, dude, I gotta go to work. I gotta get up about 4 hours, go to work. So.
Yeah, and that's you'd be like, it's 11 o'clock. I gotta be at work at fucking 4 a.m. or some shit, and I'd be like, okay, see ya.
Yo, it's like you're still living that late restaurant life, just fucking working, fucking 40-hour shifts, fucking 2 hours of sleep, shit. But yeah, fun times though, man. Fun times.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if we had just been podcasting that whole time? That could have worked too.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't think it would have directly helped you with your mental illness you were dealing with at the time.
Nah.
It wouldn't have helped the same way as those songs cathartically let you purge your system of all sorts of foolish things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I needed that. Like, I don't really know how I would have, dealt with life if I wouldn't be able to, if I didn't do all that, you know what I mean? Because, fuck, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was clear you were working something out.
Oh, for sure. Especially, like, how it all generated from ball deep in your mama somewhere. Like, that's basically how the whole rap career stemmed from.
Yeah, you had one thing you were trying to get done.
And I still haven't even wrote a good one of them yet.
No. You've never put it down like you
Yeah,
wanted.
I've never have. It's still not. The original song that started this rap career, I still have not got together yet. I ain't even worked on it in a while, like, actually. I couldn't even remember going, ball deep in your mama, or whatever. What the fuck, like.
Ball deep in your wifey somewhere, got my dick tucked out of my underwear. I'm gonna treat her like I don't fucking care. I'm going out to MVC, me and my homeboy driving real late now. There's a fucking hurricane, it's raining, gotta do 33 on 29. Got white people in well out there way, got the
You could do like
already fucking it
a smash hit of like 2 fucking verses of each one of those to make a song. You know what I mean? Like, cause I got like 10 verses of that junk. The Dick in the Box, this is a good one.
Dick in the Box, balls
Dick in
deep.
the Box is a good one. Yeah, balls deep. Yeah.
What's in the box? Must be a dick in the box. Must be a dick in the box. What? What dick? A what? A dick. A what? A dick. What's in the box?
You're just acting a fool up there, man.
Dick. Oh my god. Oh my god. No patent trademark, please, John Cone. I don't have any money. Me, especially in P. Here we go. Can I speak now? Speak now or forever spoken to. Alright, here we go, Jack. We gotta run it up with a new beat. It's Friday night, me and my homeboy riding out to motherfucking MVC. We go get chocolate wasted on a motherfucking open bar.
This is your best attempt, probably.
Yeah.
My boy jump in the fucking whip. All I need is some motherfucker to ride with me. Don't worry about the tab, I'm of course pick it up. Yes. He got the A-Rab, I hot money, throwing out cheddar, got flying out his pocket. I ain't talking about the fucking dollar bills. I skirty-gurtied at the girl over there, I think she must be about 38. I sat over there, hit her up with a I bought a drink, fucking gin and tonic, and a Bud Light just in case she ain't like that. I was trying to get her on the hard lick first thing. Saw her daughter eyeballing me.
Scataboo,
Like she
bitch.
ain't eye candy. I'm just trying to take your mama home with me.
It's a direct song. It's a very direct, to the point. That one there.
That
Dick in
that
the
actually
box.
happened.
I know, these are all
I'm
stories.
actually thinking about that story actually did happen.
You would come out there and cathartically spit
I don't
about
think it was called MVC though. Or I think what was that place? What was that place that was
MVPs.
MVP. Yeah, it was MVPs
in
name of that
Gainesville,
joint. In
right?
Gainesville, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the time me and Jay did go up there. And
That's
there
when
was-
you got in the fight and you hit the
They get in a
lamppost.
fight. It wasn't a fight.
It almost was, but you hit a lamppost with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, it almost was. Yeah, because I was gonna go home with dude's mom, and he had a problem with that. I'm just trying to be a nice guy, man. They were fucking 4 grown ass adults drinking out of one beer. Like, I'll buy you beer. I got $3. You know what I mean? I got you.
Look,
you know what I mean?
yeah, I understand. Like, if
Right.
I saw 4 of-age gals splitting a Bud Light, I would say, ladies, can I buy you guys each a Bud Light? Okay, very good. I'm gonna go get y'all some beers.
I think I might have.
And then I would have brought them 4
yeah.
Bud Lights and been like, there you go, ladies. Drink your Bud Light.
I probably did. I don't think I just bought him just one more beer. It was like, here y'all go.
Yeah,
y'all
you know,
split
you
this
gotta buy
for
a round. I'd have been like,
Yeah.
get these bitches
because
around.
it was clearly like a mom and her daughters, and I wasn't really worried about the daughters.
But so are you saying that the daughters were eyeballing you like they were trying to fuck you? They eyeballing you like, I see you trying to fuck
they
my
were fighting
mom.
my game. Yeah, they was
Yeah.
fighting all my game.
Uh-huh.
They was already had attitude, especially the one blonde little bitch had attitude. I bought her a beer, almost wanted to smack it out of her hand, and be like, well then fuck you then. You
Yeah,
ain't
nah.
doing shit. Like, don't be
Bitches-
coming to me like that with your
these-
trifling ass fucking huss. Like, you out here sharing, you out here 4-lipping a beer, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to holler at you. I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here's a beer, bitch, because I can't keep looking at that. You know what I
So,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
this
God
is-
damn, it's
y'all are
pitiful,
hurting my
you know what
soul.
I mean? God damn, yeah, it's too early for this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're not doing like a
Yeah.
sip a minute,
Yeah.
and you
God
guys are each
damn.
knocking it down.
I can see if y'all was passing around, you know, 3 shots of fucking knob on the rocks.
That's what I'm saying. If
now.
that was a bottle of liquor, or that was like a fat double shot of whiskey.
I
on
can see something like that,
Big
but
Rock.
not like Mick Ultra or like fucking, you know, Bud Light
Right.
passing around, you know what I mean? What the fuck?
Not acceptable.
Yeah,
Y'all need your
no,
own.
no.
Ladies, I'm gonna get you your own.
It's like 8 o'clock at night, you know
That's
what
why I don't go to the bars, dog.
Yeah,
I
so-
would be like that. I would be like, yo, excuse me, ladies.
And then they were talking about the chick lived right around the corner in the old hood, and I was like, well, shit, bet. I know exactly where you live. I should probably been in your house before you, ma'am, so let's go.
Yeah, yeah. I've thrown dick in that house before, girl. What's up?
I don't know about all that, but I probably vandalized that
blowed
fucking
the chick in
I
this
probably
house.
vandalized that crib.
I broke
You
the
know,
windows
as a child.
before your house was built. That's fucking wild.
But now there are a couple of houses that, you know, I've been in before anybody else, you know, like especially when I used to do residential. You know what I mean, wiring up a house and shit like that. you know.
Sure. Yeah, but then that's the name of the game. Though.
And
You're
they're
building
smoking a fucking
houses.
bowl in the fucking living room before they get to you, know what I mean?
Somebody's got to break the place in.
And then there's a lot of times where there's a lot of jobs too, like a commercial job, commercial buildings where I'm like, yeah, I remember working in that bitch, you know what I mean? And I usually be getting high wherever I am.
Sure. I get you.
So
So have I worked there? I probably smoked weed in the, roads around that space.
yeah, like I mean, when I was working up at the airport, in Dulles, man, I would be getting high as shit up there on the tarmac. Especially at night, we were working at night, you know? Fuck. Go up in there and post up underneath the trailer.
Yeah, tough to see that.
Yeah, fuck no.
Yeah.
Nobody worried about that.
Killing the game, dog.
It's like fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. Nobody gives a shit about somebody hiding underneath the trailer. Take a couple bong rips or whatever. Fuck whatever he's doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How else are you going to stay in a mood
Yeah.
to keep doing that kind of
All
job?
they doing is worry about maybe the one international plane that's getting ready to come in with a bunch of fucking China people about 3, 4 o'clock. From about 12
late
to fucking,
night international
yeah, the international shits, yeah, because from like 12 to fucking till the international comes, there ain't really nothing going on. And then international, you know, gets about 4, I think, something like that, and then like fucking 6, it's just a whole new ball game.
Well, that's because everybody's leaving, right? 6
that's
o'clock,
what,
everybody
6,
starts flying out.
yeah, everyone's flying in, flying out. It's on and popping, but like there's nothing.
Things lighten up around Dulles late night.
So
I've pulled into Dulles late night. It's much better to pull into Dulles late night than it is like regular Dulles time. You know, say 10 o'clock on a Tuesday.
yeah,
I'd rather 2 a.m. on a Saturday or 2 a.m. on a Wednesday. There ain't no other better way than to fly into any place, pretty much. It's the same way I feel about Walmart, dog. Like, I might go to Walmart after this, you know what I mean? Catch a 5, 6 o'clock Walmart on a Sunday.
oh yeah, you good.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
You know, you go to Walmart on a Sunday at fucking 10 a.m. Shit.
Oh yeah, it's too hot.
Fuck that. Everybody's in there, dog. They ain't even restocked
I was
yet.
there at I went there. Did I go there this morning? Yeah, I went there this morning
I
about
bet it was-
8:30.
I bet it was popping.
No, I was there about 8:30. It wasn't too bad.
Not too bad.
Because
Because that's when everybody's at church. It's after church when they start coming in there. In
I
droves.
need to go to Walmart too. I need to go somewhere. I need to get some that goo off or that goof off, whatever the fuck that shit's called.
Yeah. What you got, Goofy?
I got that fucking our little fucking board at work, dry erase board that we keep outside. That shit's fucking. Their shit's like.
It don't dry erase so much anymore.
Nah, it don't erase at all. Their shit's like embedded. Once you use the black joint, you know what I mean? You try to half-ass erase that joint, you just get circles, you know what I mean? Of gray circles, you know, and they just keep getting darker and darker and darker the more fucking you write over it and wipe it away.
That's pretty awful.
And that little spray shit they got ain't worth a fuck.
But the goof off takes it down, huh?
That shit takes off a lot of shit. I haven't used that yet. I would think it does. You know what I mean?
So this is juice experimentation.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what's up. All right.
I don't know what else does. I mean, Windex don't, so I need some kind of
Solvent.
something.
Something with some kind
Some
of
real shit. You know
something
what I mean?
in there that like not good for the skin.
Yeah. So either what I'm gonna use is either gonna fuck the board up all the way, or it's gonna work.
Yeah, you can buy a new dry erase board for like $10.
Yeah, but the problem is we're gonna always have this issue because you know, I mean, we keep the board outside.
Yeah, well, so should be a maintenance item. Buy a new $10, dry erase board every 6 months. How long y'all have that shit up there? 18 years?
Nah. I think all that shit was new. But we got so many of them, I don't know. You know which one's what? Which one's the original one from the job? Which is the newest one or whatever the fuck?
I'd say the darker one's probably the oldest. The way you're talking, that shit don't dry erase when it hangs out outside.
Well, that's
is what it
just
sounds
because ours outside. All the other guys inside, and the other two that they keep kind of in the little tent thing are a little bit more manageable. It's just the board that I use. It's just out in the elements all the time. So,
like. Well, these things happen.
but yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I mean, company's cheap as fuck.
Let's give a shout out to the homie Big Steve.
My girl.
I think out there, Big Steve. We keep trying to figure out a way to get you in here on a Saturday, but thus far, he's been with child. But we're working on it. Got you in our thoughts, Biggie. We're gonna get you there. Another big shout out to the homie Kyle. Big up Kyle. Maker of the Fupa Bong I'm rocking with right now. You gotta get up with him on the leg. You gotta get your midget glass leg made, dog. Put that money down. Get that shit rolling. The midget glass lamp. Beautiful thing.
I think I want a fish bone now.
How you mean fish? Like you want the whole bong to look like a fish like this lady? Instead of a lady, you
Nah,
want
I
a fish?
saw something with it was a bubble, and then the fish came out as an art, and that made like the mouthpiece. Something like that.
You were kissing the fish while you were hitting the bowl?
Yeah. It was a little bubbler. Pretty sure.
Right on.
I think it was on like some like pottery fucking.
So you got a more specified custom order. You're good with the leg you have. You're thinking of a fish bong, fish pipe, fish bubbler.
Yeah, I don't know yet. No, I just saw that idea the other day. Just screen sucking.
understand.
I was like, oh,
understand.
look at this sexy little thing.
So you gotta be careful what you look at on the internet.
Yeah. Because I want everything.
I understand. I want everything myself. But everything I want to be left alone.
I got this gangster ass t-shirt coming, man. I love it. I love it.
What does it say?
And well, I don't want to put it out there yet because
You don't want to ruin the surprise,
I
the
don't
effect.
want to ruin the element.
All right,
of
fair
it.
enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the Junior's keeping a T-shirt under wraps. You'll see it when we see it. We'll know what it says when we all know what it says.
Yeah.
Of course, it's also something Lisa may or may not approve of. There's going to be a whole element
No,
there.
she bought it for me because it's off of Shein or Temu or some shit like that. She's
It's a
got
Temu
one.
shirt?
Yeah, it's a Shein or Temu shirt or something like that.
Is Sheen like Timu?
I think
know
they're
what-
probably the same people. They're
I don't know
probably,
what
they're
Shein
probably
is.
brothers. Yeah, I mean, they're like they're brothers. They just do different companies, but the same thing. Nah, I don't know. I don't fuck with either of them, but I assume they're like the same, like selling China shit, cheap
Right, cheap stuff.
China shit. You know what I mean? So, but we'll see the quality of it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
you know.
impre- I mean, I'm hoping.
Trying to make some decent stuff. T-shirts might be alright.
Yeah, t-shirts might be alright. Maybe, I don't know. Well, we'll see. You know, to each his own. I don't know what the ETA is. Probably a week. Maybe I'm hoping. I'm hoping I don't have to wait like a month for it. It was like $8. So,
$8 for a T-shirt.
yeah.
Wow. I can see how that might take a month to get there.
But we're gonna have to see the quality of it. That's what I'm real interested in. You know what I mean?
So it says something, and it may be cheap quality.
Well, $8. I mean, and that's
Yeah.
shipping.
I got a low expectation.
Yeah.
Something coming from China for $8
Yeah,
shipped.
you know what I mean? It may be just drawn on there. The writing may just be markered on there or something. Maybe you
Like
never
it could
know. I don't
literally
know.
just be Sharpie.
Yeah, it could be Sharpie. I don't know, bro. We're gonna fucking see.
That doesn't seem like
But
financially.
most shit at Temu and them is like $5, $6, $7, $8. That's why everybody fucks with it. Well, not everybody, but everybody who fucks with it, I guess, fucks with it because everything's cheap.
Yeah, but you can also get burned on that shit too,
Oh, for
right?
sure. Well, you get
Like-
burned out anywhere, you know.
Well,
what I
like
mean?
they'll
But
charge.
yeah.
I heard they were charging like $500 for what you thought was like a dining room set, and then it was like a dollhouse dining room set.
Oh, that's luscious.
Yeah.
That's getting old people right there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hopefully my shirt don't come in like and it's like this big or
Right,
something
little-
like that.
little
You know
baby-
what I mean, yeah.
like.
Like
you know.
then I had to track down a little squirrel or something
I mean,
like
but
that.
that, you know what? Think about it.
Trank a squirrel and put the shirt on 'em.
$8 for a T-shirt that fits a teddy bear. That almost makes sense. And you put
That-
an
yeah.
inappropriate T-shirt on a teddy bear, you
Well-
would charge a lot of money for that shit. You know, I'm getting ideas, dog.
Yeah, I mean that's some new Build-A-Bear shit, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Build an inappropriate
Yeah,
bear.
building an appropriate bear.
What would you like on your inappropriate bear's T-shirt?
Gambling is bad.
Gambling is bad. I see you over there.
I'm sure I lost money now because of the Eagles, man. Fuck. But I don't even know. But the Carolina did win, my girls. Look at them, my girls. Lop, you hear that shit, bitch?
Mike is shocked.
I hope he would put money on that shit because every now and then he'd be putting money on his girls, you know what I mean? Like, if he would call me, I'd told him they're going to win. They're going to lose
Did
next
you
week.
think they were? You bet on them to
Yeah.
win?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you would have said, I think that's a smart bet. I'm making it.
Yeah. All right, I did. I gotta check the other one. My phone's charging though, cause I got them and the Patriots. I need the Patriots.
No, you know what? This is the best.
That's a night game.
This is the best you've done, though. Like, this is the longest time you've gone without looking at your phone to see where your bets are at.
Well, Scatterby already didn't show up, so it don't matter.
Scatterby didn't show up, so the whole thing falls apart.
That $4 grand does.
You don't even get $2 out of that shit now.
I got I don't get nothing.
Oh,
I get the $2 on the $1 bet I cashed out on. So I technically down like 80 cents on that bet or $1 on
between
that
the
bet or
two
something
of them,
like
you're
that.
down
Between the two of them,
80
yeah.
cents,
No,
maybe $1.
I might break even because I think I cashed out for 282 maybe, and that would be 281. So I might have made a penny.
Yeah, because that's not
But
even
now I
worth
need
the
that St. Brown. So
transaction.
if St. Brown scores, that 29 will turn out to be 70. But that 29 is going to keep going down the longer and longer the game is. So I need him to hurry up and score.
Who do you want us to have scoring?
Now I need St. Brown for the Lions to score.
St. Brown
Yeah.
from the Lions. What is the St. Brown position?
Wide receiver.
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
Look at this, dude. You're like a fucking encyclopedia. You don't even have your phone in front of you. And you know this shit.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, gambling is a problem. As you just said. When Lisa gets here, don't worry. We're not going to, I'm not going to stall you out. She can find out for herself if she listens to the show that you said gambling's a problem. I won't be like, you just said it.
I mean, gambling is a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is an addiction. It'll get a hold of you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man, I see you over there.
you know, and it can be a financial.
you struggling.
It can be a financial problem.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody I work with, they fucking lose money. Like, they put like $50 bets, $100 bets, like $200 bets. Like, they don't. Like they fucking put bets out.
There's
you know
this
what I mean?
thing called fan of them, or some shit
But
like that.
they win money like a motherfucker.
And there's something you can buy like $50 things that supports different like things that you use that you might like there's a regular car reviews and they'll do like giveaways on this thing and you can buy a $50 thing and you'll have a chance to win like a race car or some shit.
Well,
You know, and every now and again they'll have a car that I really like and I'll be like, you know what, fuck it, $50 is worth a gamble on that. And once or twice a year I'll usually buy a ticket for something because usually once a month or so they give away some kind of car and or you know, a motorcycle or a gun or some shit. Like they're giving stuff away all like the website's giving stuff away all the time.
well,
But you gotta buy like a ticket or you get like either a mug or something or a digital download, you know, in case you don't want to like have a shelf full of mugs for all kinds of different stuff you didn't win. You know what I mean? But that's the only time I'm ever like, oh hey, look at that. That seems like a good interesting bet to me. Is like, fuck it, I'll take one out of 347 people that want to win this GTO. Like I'll throw 50 at that. I like those odds. That's good enough.
I mean, I still could win that $800. I think
So
I need
800 still open, you think?
Yeah, I think I need Gibbs, St. Brown. That's 5. I need 5. So I need Gibbs, St. Brown, Ertz, and Cook, and then some other fuck. Cook's not till the night game. But that bet's still going strong.
Well, your boy Ertz is definitely out there on the field, rocking white on the West Coast.
I mean, if Daniels is playing,
Daniels is in the
man,
game.
Ertz is gonna fucking score. Hopefully,
Daniels
Who's
is
that
in the game.
McCockney? Fucker, did he finally score? Yeah, you fucking asshole. I ain't put no goddamn money on him.
Well, you know, this shit's just gotten started. It's only but just begun. Uh-oh.
Hey!
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, joining the show here momentarily, that lady called Lisa.
Hey!
We're just talking about gambling being a problem, but
I told him I wasn't going to knock him out if you showed up if he admitted
What?
gambling was a problem.
I was talking about gambling is a problem. I didn't win my $4,000 a day.
We were gonna go out to dinner after this.
If you won the $4,000?
Yeah. We were gonna go get some
But
good
no
shit.
dinner now.
No, nobody's
no
eating.
dinner now.
Nobody's eating now.
Because- Oh.
Well,
didn't win.
I don't know. Maybe $800 is still up in the air. Possibility for
So we
800.
still might go out and get some food after this.
Well, if I win
On
800.
you, you win 800.
Well, I wouldn't know that
Don't
till
eat unless he wins.
I wouldn't know that until the night actually, because that damn night game.
It ain't a
'cause I got
problem.
cooked.
It's not his problem, but it can be.
But yeah, because you know, for some people who put a lot of money down, you know, it could be a problem.
Yeah, I was telling him, you know, what if you had 181 on this instead of $1.81 on this?
I'd have been
And
real
it's
mad.
Like, oh man,
At Scatterboo, I'd have had to figure out where the fuck Price Scatterboo practiced or something and throw an egg at him or something. You
Yeah,
know what I
dude,
mean?
you
At least.
That's when it will become a problem, the gambling. When like there is detrimental effects on how he's treating others after he loses actual money. Because that would be a thing. If you were losing more than like $2 to $5 every time, I don't think I could date you. you would be fucking horrendous. You get so butthurt after losing like $14 in a week.
On a Sunday.
Can't imagine
Man, I'm down.
how you would be if you were actually like a high dollar bettor.
That's what I'm saying.
Just don't ever get that point, babe. Don't
That's-
ever get to that
well, that's
point.
what I'm saying.
We'll be
He's
all right.
making things more interesting for himself, but he's not even watching. Like, I've been telling him he needs to get the NFL Sunday ticket at least so he can see all these
He
games.
doesn't even know. He doesn't even like watch half the. He'll like.
Yeah.
He'll actually only watch the bets. He will not watch
Yeah,
the games
yeah.
that he's bet on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
When he was trying to explain to me the $4,000
I gotta get a
bet,
base
he's like, "Well, it's like 7 games." I'm like, "What the fuck? How are you gonna watch all those?" I'm not.
I'm doing pretty good, man. I got 5. I'm 5.
Are you?
I'm 5.
He got a lot out of what was he was betting on, but he didn't get enough to win a bunch of money.
I didn't. I lost because of one guy. Like right now, I basically for the 1 o'clock.
You know how many times I've heard that?
Well, that's how it is.
I
It's
lost
'cause-
because
I got
of that
11 out of
that one
12,
motherfucker.
7 out of 8.
One motherfucker. It's
That's how it
always
is.
One
I went
motherfucker.
5 for
Yeah.
6 in the afternoon.
Yep.
5 for 6.
5 out of 6, and that's
Which
my
is
God,
last
so
place.
close. So
Which is
close.
last place. Last place. Either way you look at it.
You were right
Last
there,
place.
dog. You were right there. You should have bet more money, man.
But my other bet, I'm 5 out of 8, I think, or 5 out of 5. I don't know. I need to get my phone so I can see. Either way.
don't even know. You
Lisa,
don't even know.
you know, not to change the subject, but have you ever heard the song "Cindy the Midget" by the Jew Unit?
Oh Jesus fuck!
You don't want to hear it, do you?
Look, we were in Walmart the other day,
Uh-oh.
and there was a midget.
Was she hot, Jew?
She was right in front of us, and like.
She wasn't hot. The Jew wasn't into her, but all you could think about was the Jew would throw his
she
dick up in this
fucking-
bitch.
This midget, yeah. That's all I could think about. I was like, what is the Mexican? She was so small. She was Mexican, and like all I could think of was like petito.
Was she-
like
was she-
petito gato? Like, is that like little pussy? Like a little cat? Like, that's all I could think of. I was like, what Spanish do you know right now that you could say to him that lets him know you thinking about, because he came out publicly and said that he'd fuck a midget
It's
on the
like you think
podcast.
it's like going across the wire for all midgets. They're
gato?
like, oh my God, this guy would fuck us. We got to add him to the list. Like, do you think there's like a list of dudes that'll bone midgets, and like midgets have like a?
And they give
it's
a
like
lot
a
of
directory.
money to those midget OnlyFans bitches. They are already on a list. It's called the OnlyFans midget subscriber list.
So wait a minute, don't talk about midget OnlyFans around here. Nobody.
Why?
I've never heard the Jew talk about that before.
I don't know anything about midget.
Exactly.
Oh,
Don't
All
they?
the girls that are on the Insta that you share weirdo memes with your friends about midget lustiness.
There's not a lot of midget memes that come across the thing.
I think that there actually probably is. You just have no idea how sick him and Big Mike are.
Oh, maybe there's a thread with him and Big Mike that I'm not involved in.
I'm just kidding.
But I see a lot of stuff between the three of us on the Instagram that's ridiculous and terrible and horrific.
Well, I'm
And
gonna need you.
Midgets are rare.
I'm gonna need you to be the voice of the woman. When
Huh?
you start sending pictures of big booty girls, I need you to be like,
Nah.
she doesn't look anything like Lisa, and Lisa's prettier. That's what I need you to say.
Okay, all right, fine. Yeah, I can agree to that. It's also rarely is it any kind of
just kidding.
female. It's usually like somebody fell off a bridge, landed on the
I know.
face, or something like
I'm aware
that.
of their sense of humor, like the caliber of
It's
their
very
sense of humor.
rarely like, look at this hot chick.
It's the same shit my 14 and 16 year old are sending each other. It's not anything new. It's just, you guys just stay that age forever in terms of sense of
Yeah,
humor.
no,
And
that's exactly right.
The playfulness about it is actually attractive.
You hit a certain age and you're like, I'm gonna still continue to laugh at this shit, even though they.
We've
some
talked about
people,
this before on the
Some people
podcast.
would tell me I'm too old for
The
that.
low brow.
Yes, that's right.
The low brow.
That's right. We have the low brow and we maintain it. It's an important place to be. It's a very important place to be.
So I'm on day 7 of not wearing makeup. I have decided to not. I've decided to try it out life without makeup.
Well, I think you look very nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
These are my real eyebrows, world.
I love them. They're delightful. You have delightful
Thank you.
eyebrows. Yeah.
Thank you. If I didn't pluck them though, they'd be a little Jack Nicholson-y. I'm not
Well,
gonna lie.
that's all right.
If you ever look at my youngest eyebrows, just know that's real life. That's actually probably what mine would look like.
Okay,
I'll show
all
you a
right.
picture. They're very Jack Nicholson-y.
You can maintain trim on the eyebrows without having to draw in a whole bunch of
Yes.
excess all over your face. Like, That's the thing, right? That can't be good for your face, putting all that stuff all over there all the
That's what
time.
I'm saying.
That's
Like,
not good
I
for
really
it.
think that like women putting makeup on daily is actually the thing that is aging you.
Absolutely.
Like, you can do a million different 13, 16 step nightly routines where you do the oil, the moisturizer, the retinol, the wrinkle reducer, the SPF. You can do all that shit. But every time you take your fucking big burly hand and smear it across your face, or you take a big old sponge and smear it across your face, it is stretching out all the skin around you. It's such delicate skin. The less you fuck with it, the more likely you are to actually not develop the things that you're trying to prevent in the first place. And that's my PSA announcement.
And
for
you're
the day.
wasting a bunch of money, ladies, on stuff that you don't really need.
I mean, I really could just be an asshole with good genes. Look at those Jack Nicholson eyebrows, though.
I don't know. That doesn't seem too bad. They're just a little thicker than
Almost
yours.
connect. That's how. That's
Hold
how
on. Show me
mine are.
again. Show me again.
They almost connect.
No, they don't.
Uh-huh.
They don't almost connect. That's ridiculous. There's plenty of space between them
Do you
eyebrows.
think we look like?
I don't know. Don't make me edit the show now.
Oh no! Did anybody? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. I'll get on it.
Wasn't really thinking about
It's,
that
you know,
shit.
I'm trying not to put the children out there.
Sometimes I forget we're recording. And
No,
that
that's
this
what
is
makes
like
it
an
good.
Actual show.
That's what makes it good.
Like 8 times out of 10, I just forget that the fucking public is here with us. And
There's only a few of them. There's not millions. We haven't hit millions yet.
for now,
I know things have been lightening up. I think a little bit, as far as
this is going to be a cult classic that
Bands.
doesn't become famous until like 20 years from now. Like, we're going to be like old fucking fogies, and it's going to be like,
we'll stop it one day, and the next day it'll get like 6 million views
I'll
per
get really
episode.
high up in my corporate job, and then when I retire, I'll be like, in case you wondered what I was really like.
What kind of a crazy
Here's
person
a link
have I
to the
been?
Mason and French show. No, that's more for you guys, not me. They'd have to hunt for me, but you guys, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, no, I'm toast. I'm toast in the world. That's why I run for president on here every year. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I got that. I got it figured out, man. I'll fix the whole problem. Everybody's all worried about shit.
What's your solution?
Ugh, it's extensive. First off, we're gonna legalize drugs, and we're gonna tax them.
All drugs?
Prostitution.
All
Well,
drugs?
probably just weed at the beginning. Really, just weed. We're gonna legalize prostitution and drugs. Tax the fuck out of them.
Well, prostitution is kind of legal already, right? So are
Kinda.
weed.
But like, you know, we're gonna,
Kinda.
we're gonna make it all legal so that you just pay your taxes. And we get a little money off of
I
that.
feel
Where's
like
where's prostitution kind of legal at?
OnlyFans. I'm allowed to be any kind of motherfucking prostitute and bitch I want.
I can't
as
just.
long as I
can't just.
film it.
I can't, you have to
As long as
publish
I
it too.
film it.
You have to publish it.
You and I could be prostitutes. We could fuck on camera, sell that shit on OnlyFans, and we would be making a profit for our fucking.
Well, what the problem is?
What is the problem? I brought it up like 3 times and I were down. I'm just kidding. I've never brought it up.
There you go. Now they,
I
first
really
time for
haven't.
everything. Now we're having this discussion.
Well,
I mean, I work construction.
Look, I can mute out of this. Let you guys.
No,
I work
no,
construction.
Don't mute
It
out.
ain't like
Don't mute
it
out.
ain't like I gotta worry about my job caring about what I do on the outside.
They would subscribe.
Yeah, that's half the thing, man.
I
You tell you guys.
don't know.
Brothers at your job would subscribe.
To want to
They
see
would
me
be like-
fucking, I don't know, bro. I won't want to see
They
my
would-
homie fucking, man. I might be
They
like,
would-
hey, look, well, you
everyone
can tell
would
your
at least
girl.
watch it one time because they'd be fucking
No,
curious.
you're crazy.
Yes,
You're crazy.
absolutely.
Dudes are not gonna watch another dude fuck just
They
because
are.
they
Are
work
you
with them.
kidding me?
Nah,
You-
nah.
I
Part of the
would never.
Part of the reason why we don't mind them in normal
don't
porno
think
is
that's
because we don't
true at
know who
all.
they are.
Yeah.
I
But
think
like,
if
I
you
was just
saw
some-
I would not
how
watch
that was-
Dylan over there fucking.
If you saw that Dylan had a 10 out of 10 piece of ass that he was railing, you might entertain it.
No.
I give myself more credit than that, I guess. I think that if you just show people
Dudes
a
are
picture
different,
of
man.
me,
Dudes are different, man.
if you
Dudes
showed
are
your
different.
guy friends a picture of me and were like, subscribe to my OnlyFans, or not subscribe.
I'm gonna do it either. Look at here. Look at
Maybe
my
not
naked. Look at my
subscribe. That'd be
sexy
fucking
ass
weird.
broad naked. You know what I mean? Like here's my woman, but she's naked.
That
You know what I mean?
actually
Then come work with me
happened to
again tomorrow.
That happened to me. I dated a guy that showed his work, pictures of my tits. And
Yeah,
it's
see?
very embarrassing.
Yeah, see?
I
See
did
what I'm
not like it.
See,
Yeah.
that was just your tits, and you're talking about getting railed.
Yeah, you're talking about just getting railed, you know, for
Oh,
about
I'm
3.5
not
minutes. You know
I'm
what I mean?
not
On
saying I would
camera.
actually do any of that.
OnlyFans. We'll sell it, make
No,
lots of
no.
money.
The
Start
only
making
thing-
3-minute videos and shit on OnlyFans.
No,
We went
I'm
from
just
that-
saying it is money on the table It is money on the table that we, as a sexy couple, are choosing not to pick up.
There you go.
So if we fucking
Sending
wanted
quickies.
to,
We'll send a new fucking start a new
all I
fucking
want when I
session.
die,
It's reels.
shorts or quickies.
Short reels on the
Yeah.
porno.
Short reels.
We
Just
can
a
make
whole
some
reel,
money.
but it'd be a short
Premature
reel.
ejaculator.
Short reel, but it'd be a whole reel.
It's
like,
the
yes, sir.
premature
You
ejaculator.
need more money for the
we
short
have to
reels?
come up with a better name than that. No, I'm not
Premature
signing off on
julator.
that. No, it needs. No, sir. I don't like the premature part.
Quit
It's
busting
Are
unit.
you gonna hit that thing?
Yes, I just picked it up. It hasn't even been a Jeopardy theme song. It has not been 30 seconds. You have to give a girl a moment. First of all, it's almost dead. I'm trying to reorganize it so that it's not dead. No, dead. Suddenly I got.
It's not dead. Have you?
So I'm like, do you understand?
Definitely been 30 seconds.
Well, now it has. You know what? Here you go, boo. I rearranged it. I made it perfect.
Yeah, why don't
for
you just let me hit the dead shit so I can put some
And
reels
so
in
you
there?
can
God
recap
damn.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn
Let
right.
him
That
finish it
boy.
off. Damn
That
right.
boy. That's exactly what I was thinking when I finally
Yeah,
realized
but
I should
you're
hand
just
it to him.
staring at it.
Look, my earrings are really severely fucking with me with the headphones on.
I'll bet they are.
Yeah,
Jesus
what?
Christ.
I know they're so dope though. Like with my hair down, they're really pretty.
Well, you sound fine. You don't necessarily have to rock headphones right now.
It hurt. Oh no, but then I can't hear you. And
You can't hear the
and
laughs and
the
you
burp
wouldn't.
noises
You
and
wouldn't.
the fart
That's
noise
right.
and the low brow.
You would miss the low brow.
The what is that noise you always play?
The woo, the Ric
Yeah.
Flair woos.
No. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's a Ric Flair woo.
I can't hear the woo. I just think I need to take these off.
I think you should too.
The earring, yeah.
How much longer are you guys podcasting for? What time is it?
Maybe 10 or 20 minutes,
Okay, I'm cool.
something
with
like that.
I have to urinate, and I was wondering if I should go now and then just return.
That's however you like. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable.
I've been driving here forever. Like that's been.
Yeah, no worries.
That's been my plight all day. I left Richmond at like 2:30. What time did I roll up in here?
Probably about 4:45.
It definitely took 2 hours and 15 minutes to get up here. I was stressing. It was moments like that I wish I was less of a responsible human being, and like I really just wanted to smoke weed the whole time I was riding because I was going so slow. But like my natural inclination is to go fast in a car. So if I have to be in a car and I have to go slow, it goes against my natural urges in life, right?
Okay, all right.
So like if I was able to smoke weed, I would have been able to like slow down, calm my heart down, calm my breath down, calm myself down.
Well, you should
know?
put the Mason and Friend show on because then you'll feel high without having to get high.
Sometimes you
That's
think
right.
that, but other times no. I have absolutely put on the Mason and Friend
And
show.
all you want to do is smoke weed?
And no, both. Sometimes it's stressed me out. Sometimes it's
Oh,
made
yeah.
me chill out. Like
Yeah.
it's done both to me.
When
you
when
guys
you're-
are versatile.
Yeah, especially when you're actually involved with one of us, I'm sure that adds an element.
Actually involved? We're not actually involved, Mason.
I meant like,
We're fake involved.
no, we're involved,
just-
but it's not the same.
That's because me and him, because we fuck.
Something like that.
Yeah, I get that.
Like I
It's
come
not
over,
like
I hang.
this with many people
Well,
in
like
my life.
I hang out once a week with y'all,
kidding.
or maybe twice a week. But y'all hang out with each other quite a bit of time. You know
I
what I
know.
mean? So
Not really though. If we lived in the same town, we would hang out even more.
I'm sure.
I
But
can't
still-
believe I drove up here
But here's
tonight.
here's the thing. I didn't understand that either. But like,
It's because we both just equally want to get laid. That's why. Oh my gosh. Do you ever have those weeks though with somebody? If you're in a long distance relationship, audience, you know what I'm saying. You have those weeks with somebody where you catch a tone, you catch a look, you catch a flinch in your partner on FaceTime when you haven't fucked them or seen them in like over 4 or 5 days. And you realize that like they're literally just being bitchy because they need to get their dick sucked or they need to get laid. Like that is a real life thing that happens when you're in a long distance relationship that I don't think most people would understand. Because if you live locally, you could just like hook up every other night or like whenever, like 20 minutes away, that's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
We're an hour and 20 minutes away from each other. And sometimes you just know, like I need to drive up there today for my own sanity, for his sanity,
hey,
for
well,
whatever.
good for you guys for like being able to put that together on occasion.
He does it to me. I'll start fights with him, and this motherfucker will just be at my house when I get home from work. I'm like, what are you doing here?
Sounded like you needed some dope.
That's exactly what he says, Mason.
Yep, but I was like, but first we're
That
gonna get
is
some chicken.
Perfect. That is exactly, yes. He usually brings the chicken. Like, there's usually.
Well,
a
he's
bag
probably
of
sitting there when
chicken.
you get there, and he's been
like-
eating chicken.
He's like the chicken
He's like,
fairy.
yeah, man, I brought home some fried chicken
Yeah,
and
half
some
of it's
dick.
already eaten
You
because
want
he ate it
some
in the.
fried
Well,
chicken and
what
then
am
some
I gonna
dick or
do?
some chicken and some fried
just
chicken.
sit there and
It's not
smell
dick,
it?
it's yuck.
Just sit there and smell the chicken? Nah, I got to eat.
He
yeah.
stops at like
Rofo.
yeah. No, he stops at
Popeyes?
no. Well, no, it is. Are you sure?
Yeah, Royal
Sometimes
Farms.
It is Royal Farms, babe.
Yeah, Rofo.
Yeah, the
I thought you
Rofo.
said no. Sorry. When you said Rofer, I thought he said no. My bad.
No, Rofo.
Yeah, Rofo.
Rofo.
I like your shirt, Mason.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah,
This is the kind of thing that I wear sometimes on the show.
I have that shirt. He saw me wearing that shirt that I bought as well as him, and he was like, "You're wearing my shirt." And I was like, "I own this shirt too." Like, do you remember that when you were like?
So you guys have
Yeah.
the matching shirts you can rock for the
he
Canvas
gets mad at
Festival.
me because I steal all his shit all the time.
Ah, so you set them up for that one.
I
Yeah.
did.
I didn't remember that you bought two of these though.
Yeah.
Was that this year?
No, that was the
this
first
was-
year we went. We
This is
all
when
went
it rained,
together the
I
first
think,
year. Remember?
right? This
Yeah,
is-
the rainy
this is when it
year.
rained.
This is when it rained, yeah.
That was actually my favorite year.
It was a lot of fun that
It was
year.
so fun.
That's not, man. That ain't. I'm trying to tell you, man. That shit.
This past year was pretty weak.
This past year was weak.
Oh,
It slipped like out of my hand because of the condensation.
it's all good. It's all good.
I'm really sorry, guys.
It's all good.
I would
She was gonna
jump
get
up,
something to
but
clean
I'm
that
in a
up because it's
skirt.
his house and you're a lady.
No, I should jump up, but I was like, I'm in a skirt, so I
Don't
was
sweat
scared
it.
I was gonna flash the camera.
No, don't worry. I think
even
you're
though
good.
even though I just talked about OnlyFans and it up. Can I get my hand first? Thank you, love. Okay, I'm really sorry, Bill. Sorry, Mason.
Shit happens. Those aren't the most
Guys,
expensive of
that's
wires.
only the first recorded party foul I've ever had. I have definitely been much smoother about having party fouls, not like
Well,
while the show was going on, and you
done it.
guys just never knew.
You did that party faux pas the one time, but
What was that?
you spilled wine on the bottom of your glass and like licked it off,
Oh yeah,
and we were like, ew!
and it got worse. Like it just kept getting
You
worse.
picked that shit up off the floor. We're like, oh, and we're all like, ooh. Do you know what you just did? And you're like, what?
I'm so retarded sometimes. Like I can't even help it, dude. It's like I have these like dumb blonde girl moments.
it was-
I can't even explain it.
Yeah, it was
But that's
marvelously
why people-
unaware.
That's why people think
Marvelously
like,
disconnected.
right, and I don't
I was
even.
like, what the fuck?
I really don't mean to be like that. Like I really don't. I just lack fucking common sense sometimes. I really do. It's just like
You just got to be careful because you have the kind of mentality that could land you on the edge of a cliff one day without even knowing it.
I've been there.
Where
dude.
you're like, oh, whoa, that's
been
like a
there.
60-foot drop, and I'm 14 inches away from it, and I just noticed.
understand.
Whoa.
You have no idea.
Let
Like
me
I've already lived this life.
assess the situation and walk away from the edge.
You should have known me when I was a teenager, dude. Like I threw myself out of a car twice.
Yo, I got a friend that did that. You were like my buddy Jimmy.
I'm like Jimmy,
I knew a kid named Jimmy.
and he threw himself out of a
He
car.
didn't throw himself out of the car per se. Multiple times, a couple of years apart, he tried to surf on top of the car, and he just went out the window.
Oh no, that's terrible. Poor him. That's kind of cute though. Like bless his heart. At least he tried. He tried something ballsy. Like that.
No, it was really stupid. He did it on.
Yeah, did he have a
did it-
helmet on?
No, he did it on the Beltway one time, and he did it on.
Oh my God,
He
what
did it
a-
on I-95 the other
No,
time.
sir.
Yeah, I know.
Sit your ass down.
And the
Like,
thing is,
his
nobody
mother would have died.
nobody was like aware of it per se. Like,
Right, I understand.
you know, like it was
Yeah.
his idea. He wasn't like, "Hey, guy driving the car, be aware of this." The dude driving the car said he was reaching for him, and he looked at the road, and he looked back, and he was gone.
Dude, some kids are just fucking nuts like that. When I worked at the board shop in Richmond, Glass and Powder, shout out to Glass and Powder. These kids, like the snowboard team, made a ramp going off of the fucking like Widow's Walk on the top of this like 18th century building we were running a board shop out of. Like they just like built a fucking ramp and were like plowing down in the snow into like parking lots with cars parked everywhere that were just covered in snow. Like these kids were so insane, and I would watch them. I would sit there and like as a manager of the store, I'd be like, this is probably not sanctioned. Like, I should probably put a stop to this. But I can't, because I'm just one little girl and a voice of like all these dudes that are like really hell-bent on flying the fuck off the top of the building. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, I really couldn't intervene. I couldn't intervene.
That's pretty tough to be like, hey,
and I think the
group
bosses,
of guys doing this
condoned it. Like, they were cool with it too, so I was kind of cool with it, you know? Like, they knew about it.
Was this in the 90s?
No, this was in the aughts.
Okay, the aughts.
Yeah.
Close,
like
but no cigar.
The early 2000s. So I started working Glass and Powder in 2002.
Did you see that Emma Watson and J.K. Rowling are beefing?
I was 18 when I started working there.
Did you see Emma Watson and J.K. Rowling are beefing now?
I did see that. Yes,
Yeah.
of course I saw
And
that.
J.K. Rowling was like,
You
this
know,
bitch.
I followed that Reddit, right?
She was like, this
I
bitch.
follow that subreddit.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Of course I do.
That's awesome.
I've always been interested in J.K. Rowling because she was like a hero of mine growing up. I really thought that I was going to turn her age and I was going to write a book like Harry Potter too. I really did have those
Well, do you have like a
growing up.
typewriter or anything? Are you even trying?
Fuck yes. No, like I don't actually have a typewriter, but I would love one. Just putting it out there.
You're
in the
not
universe.
trying, but
I used to have a typewriter, but no. Like no. The only computer and laptop.
You don't
I
have like a
is
like
my
a
work.
you don't have a concept to write?
No, I do.
that you
Of
would-
course, I have. Like
You have a
I
story that you
thousand
wanna write?
stories. Yes, I have so many.
There you go.
But what I would actually write probably would not be as cool as Harry Potter. Let's be honest.
Well, there's no telling till you
have to
really
give
get into
JK
it.
You have to give J.K. Rowling some fucking props. Like,
I don't know.
even though she has very distorted and very, in my opinion, archaic viewpoints on transvestites and trans love in general, I still respect her as a fucking author. She's brilliant in that respect. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But her and Emma Watson, I get it, dude. Emma Watson needed to be a voice for the trainee kids. Like, she needed to come out and be like, it's not cool what you said, JK. Like, thanks for making me a billionaire at the age of, like, 14. Like, I'm happy I was in your movie, but bitch, don't talk like that about people. I think that's what Emma did. And that's good. And somebody needed to say something for those kids, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because J.K. Rowling, she's so respected and so revered for her craft that her words mean something. So when she comes out with some like bigoted fucking statement, like, you should apologize for that.
What's her primarily most offensive, bigoted statement that you're aware of?
Basically, she has said, and it's not even that bad. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's
Like,
not that bad.
I feel
but
like
what she said has been just that it's unnatural, that it's not like God's intentions. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's also, you know, dirty. Like, I think she said dirty at one point. I don't know. There were
Mm-hmm.
some very offensive things. I am not that well versed in actually. Well, yeah, that's kind of.
Well, I
what
mean,
she
you're
said.
following the subreddit. I would expect you to be more versed.
I don't always click on it though, because sometimes I just read the headline and I get the gist and I'm like moving on. You know, like sometimes I click on it if it sounds intriguing. And I did click on it recently to see why they were beefing. And it is basically because Emma Watson came out for the tranny kids. Like, that's
I
really
think
what
there's
it was.
a lot of that to it, but I feel like what's correct and incorrect are probably somewhere in between where Emma and JK think. Like, I don't think either of them
I
are
think that they
particularly
probably-
correct.
Yeah, but I think that they both probably respect each other highly in a lot of regards, and this is just
Well, they helped each other make a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly, and this is just a source of contention between their two belief systems. And I'm not saying who's right and who's wrong. I'm just saying that they have very different opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I agree with, but I
Well,
don't
and
really
maybe-
fucking care. Like, I respect J.K. Rowling for completely different reasons. I know how to separate like the art from the artist. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I don't think that there was a fucking single thing in any of her books, and I've read all of them, like the entire series, right, as far as Harry Potter's concerned. And there was never a hint of bigotry in any of it. If anything, the opposite was occurring.
Well, like, I don't know if I fully think that what she says is bigoted, but I haven't read it all.
Me neither.
Like, my basic knowledge of it is that she's more on, like, you can't make me pretend certain things. And,
Yeah.
like, having a trans sibling, I kind of agree. You know what I mean? I kind of
Sorry.
agree with that.
Me too.
I'm like, there's only but so much that I can, like, accept. Like, I'll respect your identity, identify how you want to be, and all that shit, but, like, I'm not worried about your need for an abortion. You know what I mean? Like, I support abortion to a great degree, but, like, I'm not worried about my trans sister's need to have one. You know what I'm saying?
Well, why would it
Because she was born my brother, right? So what the hell? I don't give a shit about the need that's a non-need.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Kinda. I guess. Yeah, kinda.
It's just all very silly. People make everything so important. And I'm like, none of this is really that important. Like,
No, it would just be
like-
so much simpler if like people just lived and let live.
right. Stop being
Like,
so
live
concerned.
and let live.
Yeah.
Live and let live.
Amen.
Like that's, I learned that shit in the 12-step program that I grew up in.
That's
as a kid.
you grew up in a 12-step program?
Yeah, I went to Alateen because my dad went to AA and my mom went to Al-Anon.
It's
Yeah.
just like an AA high school that you
I
went
was
to?
like, no, it was like a Thursday night meeting up in Warrington. It was at the church that I always point out for like the whole first year we started dating. Every time I would pass the church because he would trip me out, I'd be like, that's the church I went to Alateen in. And he'd be like, yeah, babe, I know you say that every time
What-
we
what
pass
is
this
Alateen?
fucking church.
What is Alateen?
It's for children of alcoholics and drug
Oh.
addicts. And you go and like my whole
Seems like a
family was indoctrinated, like low key it was a cult. But there were some positive things that occurred too because of it. That's what I would actually write my first book on.
Is the cult of Alateen?
Well, yes, at various points, yeah.
Well-
Fucking sure, dude.
Why not? That sounds like a great product line.
Yeah, I like toured up
could
and down
make-
the East Coast, and I was a speaker. Like I would actually go before like 200 people.
And you'd be like, my
I
mom
would-
and dad are alcoholics?
Yep.
And then you would wax
I would
poetic?
I would talk about like what step I was on in the program. Like we didn't follow the 10 commandments in my family. We followed the 12 steps. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like
You went to a church of the 12 steps?
yeah, but I never understood religion because it was supposed to be like it surpassed religious things. Like it was a spiritual thing. Like we learned this whole fucking theory that like, you know, I was like 12 years old. Like, well, no, I was like 9 my first fucking meeting. But I think around like 10 or 11, I heard that somebody say that like, you know, hell is for, like religion is for people who are scared of going to hell, but spirituality is for people who have been there. And like that kind of became my like belief system, right? Like I just kind of just knew that like some people had been through some more worse shit than others.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
100%.
I'm growing up listening to fucking like open AA meetings. Like we went to retreats. We would go to Harper's Ferry every year, and we would bring my best friend that lives in Maine. That girl.
Misery is hard to quantify.
Well, it wasn't miserable. Like there was some fucking
Well,
dope
but
things that
some
came out
people,
of it.
I'm saying
I
some
met
people
some cool
have been
motherfuckers.
through,
Like
some people have been through some more miserable shit than other people.
my first French kiss was at an Alateen retreat.
That sounds very inappropriate,
I know.
right?
It was.
Like-
There was a dance.
Was he
there
like
was a
5 years
Saturday
older
night
than you or
dance.
something?
No, we were actually the same age, but he was infinitely more cool than me.
Well,
I was really nerdy, but like when I would go to these Alateen retreats, I could be like
not so
whatever the
nerdy.
fuck. Yeah, because I was smart and articulate, and I wasn't scared of public speaking. Because I started watching my parents fucking publicly speak at like 9 years old. You know what I'm saying?
They take you to AA meetings?
Yep. Open AA meetings, and we would go to retreats. And by the time I was like 10, I had already gone to meetings that were specific in suicide. Specific in like, because you would go to these weekend retreats. I know it's sad, right? You would go to these weekend retreats.
no,
and
this
there would
doesn't sound good,
There
Lisa.
would be like a different list of meetings that you would go to. Like you could go to like step 1. You could go to a meeting called Let Go and Let God. You could go to a meeting called Suicide. And you know, my dark ass little fucking twisty self when I was that age was like, I'm going to the suicide.
Going to
meeting.
every one of these. The deepest and darkest.
I always picked the most fucked up meetings to go to. And I remember my Alateen sponsor, Treva, she was like, are you sure, little girl? Like, you want to go to that one? And I was like, yes. Like, I was a fucked up little kid, dude. But it made me way too smart. And it made me, like, also not trust adults. And it also, I mean, yeah, these were people that were leading children that had zero education or degree in how to actually
Interact with children?
be therapists to children, counsel children, have any kind of educational purpose or psychiatric purpose. Like, these people were literally just telling us that, like, if your daddy gets drunk and, like, does some fucked up shit, you can't blame your daddy, it's his disease. you know, so like we learned to like
Brainwashing.
yeah, it was very much, but there were a lot of meetings that were not like that. There were a lot of meetings that were like, you just have
If
to
your
protect
father abuses
yourself.
you, it's your fault, bro.
Dude, and that's where it gets real dark and twisty, because
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of things that
That's terrible.
I know, I feel like no one's ever written about it, and I have this entire fucking crazy story about
Harriet
this whole...
Potterette.
I mean, there's really just...
I mean, are you
have
gonna make it
ever
about like a
heard-
child that's involved in this whole thing?
No, I would just make it fucking autobiographical, dude. I would just write my story. I would just be like, this is what I went through, because I've never
Well,
heard of
hey
another
June,
bitch
you're gonna have to
that's
get
like,
this girl a fucking typewriter or some shit.
No, come on now.
You got a laptop, don't
My best friend Laura tells me that shit all the time. She's like, you really need to write it down. Like,
Yeah,
you need
pour
to
that
be
shit out of
like-
your head.
I know.
It's all just
there.
rattling around up in there.
I know.
And you gotta be like,
slowly dying with every bowl hit.
pour it out. Pour that shit out of your head.
I know, it's been there for so long. Like, I really think the more I've thought about it over the years, I actually could put it into writing that would be easily digestible for people to understand. I don't know if there's an interest in that still. I'm not sure how big Alateen is anymore. When I was growing up in it, it felt very big. Like, it felt huge. Like,
All cults feel huge. The Branch Davidians were like, we're following a guy named David and we're
Dude.
called Davidians.
the worst was this,
Did you
this,
hear
like-
that?
Yeah, yeah. The worst was this
Madness.
There was this Manassas group, or no, it was like Arlington group called Midtown. That was an AANA massive mega church meeting, right? For it was a 12-step program, but it had very, very like mega church vibes. And like, I remember going a couple of times just to support my significant other, not because I was an alcoholic or a drug addict, although there was a time where I probably dabbled too hard. But either way, I was there supporting this dude and Jude's dad. And like, they literally try to recruit you and like made me fucking spend a weekend cleaning out this girl's car and washing it and cleaning out her closet and like cleaning her room, and like they
What kind of shit
basically-
is this?
It was like the most crazy shit ever. Like, that's a whole, like, if you look up Midtown AA, there's going to be a Newsweek article that came out that was a major expose into this fucking Alcoholics Anonymous cult up in Northern Virginia. I'm not even shitting you.
Lisa, you need to get cracking.
I need to
You
write
need to
about
write
it,
this
right?
motherfucker out.
I need to write about
Like, you
it.
need to make a good story out of this.
It's already such a good story. It just needs to be put pen to paper, you know? I think about it often. My best friend tells me all the fucking time. She's like, bitch, I'm never gonna do it, so you have to.
So there was another girl that was in it?
Yeah, but we had very different experiences. Her parents were not involved in AA and Al-Anon, whereas my parents were. My dad literally became the poster boy of AA. Like, he was sponsoring people.
Well, yeah, it sounds like you owe it to the system to do this.
I would ask my dad for help on homework, and he would be like, Lisa,
We gotta go to AA.
we gotta take it one day at a time, one problem at a time.
This is homework, dude. It's a problem. I gotta get it done.
I know, that's what I would try to explain.
It's algebra, bruh.
I'd be like, I don't understand math.
And he was like, neither do I, but
No,
I
he
drink
did.
too much.
He did. That was his thing. My dad is brilliant. He just became very involved with it. Like, it became a calling of his.
So he became addicted to
Sobriety.
talking about being
Sobriety.
an alcoholic.
But he was able to kick the habit because he became so hyper involved in this other
Yeah,
thing.
he switched his addiction
Yes,
from
my dad's-
alcohol
my
to being
dad's-
an anti-alcohol abolitionist or whatever you want to call
like,
it.
he's cool as fuck now, don't get me wrong. Like, George is like a major booty hit.
So he rounded out nicely
I mean, he's
after
still
he got out of
very-
the like
I mean,
pushing anti-alcoholism on his
George
9-year-old.
is, let me just say, like, George
sorry.
is actually
I-
so, I know.
Woosah.
I
Like,
know,
I
right?
get a little agitated by the whole thing. I'm like, you need to go write it down and stop talking.
Because it's so fucked up, right?
No, that's not cool. Like,
It's really not
it's
cool.
not fun. Like, you should let kids
I
be
know.
kids. Hey, kids, here's books to read,
I
and
know.
you can like
I
learn how to think.
have a child who has a parent that was a drug addict, and I never once suggested Halitine. I like, that shit fucked me up. Like, going there, doing all that, being like as involved and participatory as I was, and like a voice box for the shit. Like, it honestly changed me as a person. Like, it made me accept unacceptable behavior from every person that I've ever loved. Like, it gave me a distorted view of like what love is supposed to be growing up. Because, you know, when you grow up in a program like that, you kind of excuse the alcoholic because they have a disease, and like you get all this empathy. This is why I'm not good at, like, you know, like I have too much empathy for people because of it, almost. You know?
Yeah, that's a tough road.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm talking so much about it. It's like that's like super dark shit.
A very special
I should write about
of the
it.
Mason and Friends show.
Stop.
Today with that lady called Lisa.
Stop.
Tell me about the abusive people at the anti-alcohol abusive cult.
I'll tell you what, I think a lot of their problems would have been solved if marijuana had been legal at that time.
A lot of people's problems be
A
solved
lot
if
of their
marijuana was
problems, man. A lot of their problems would
Or
have
if people
been
just
solved.
took advantage of the option of cannabis as opposed to other things.
Well, if it hadn't been illegal back then when I was growing up, maybe there wouldn't have been so many fucked up little kids going to these Aladdin meetings with me every week.
Well, I certainly agree with that point.
legal. Yeah, weed was definitely the devil back in the day.
Back in the 90s, that's when I went to this shit. Like,
I think that was probably when it was at its worst, you know? Like, it's gotten lighter and lighter of an issue in a lot of ways for a long time, but it's still not where it needs to be. To truly help everyone, there's places where people can't get it at all. It's still just as illegal as it was here. Some other places still.
I'm just happy that there's still beer left in the beer that I spilled. And I'm sorry for oversharing today.
Lisa, you're welcome to overshare anytime you'd like. You come on here, you let your heart soar.
That was
or
therapeutic,
plummet,
honestly.
Or whatever you need.
Plummet.
We could certainly talk about these things. Like,
It was real serious.
yeah, no, that's serious. I was like, man, it's fucking shit's pissing me off. Why would you take a little girl to some shit like that?
I know, right?
I don't have kids, but I wouldn't be like,
Amen,
hey,
brother.
hey,
It was so heavy.
daughter of
You have
mine.
no idea.
Let's go to something that's
Yeah.
heavy for me as an adult when you're a
Dude,
child. Let's go sit in this.
Remind me to tell you about the unconditional love meetings.
Well, like I used to watch like some heavy movies when I was a kid,
Good to go.
but like I don't need like that sounds like way worse.
It would make a great movie, actually.
That's why you need to write it down.
I know.
The triumph of the lady that grew up to not be a psychopath after being raised in a crazy cult of anti-alcohol alcoholics that were not so anonymous.
They are very anonymous. Like, it's terrible that I actually just outed my dad like that. Like, I feel bad now. I have remorse because it's so ingrained in me. It's so indoctrined in me to, like, not.
You're not allowed to be
Tell
upset at
people.
the people that do bad
That's
things.
why I've never written about it, dude. Because it's supposed to be anonymous. You can't come out and be like, this person, this motherfucker, that one too, that one as well. All of my lovers except for the Jew.
That's why I said you got to be like, you know,
Look at his hair.
you can't just
It is magnificent.
make everybody's
Look at
name in there.
that
You gotta what you gotta do is you gotta do like the Sopranos and put a bunch of names on the wall and then put different names for them. And anytime you're referencing them, you gotta use their other names.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
So the name, okay.
You gotta have a list of like pseudonyms or other names or whatever. Like you can't be like, oh, this is Bilbo Baggins. You gotta be like, no, his real name is like Jimmy the Greek. Or
Jimmy
whatever.
the Greek.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you come up with alternative names. Like, this is Barry Schwartzwiggener. Barry Schwartzwiggener. And then
That's
like
a mouthful,
Barry
Dave.
Schwartzwiggener. Like, yeah, maybe
What
you
would
make
you
it
be?
shorter. Maybe you make it shorter. Me? Like, you get to change my name. You know, it could be anything like Malcolm Fitzhugh, right? Like, there's all kinds of names out there
Malcolm
that I have
Fitzhugh.
that are like Malcolm Fitzhugh, attorney at law. You know what I mean? That's my other name. One of them, many.
Yeah, that's silly.
Yeah, but you come up with names. All you do is you
Hero.
get one of those name books and you just fucking sit there and you fucking find stuff. You know what I mean? Because like all kind of first names can be last names. So you're like, okay, well, instead of like, Jimmy Baldwin, you'd be like, no, it's Timothy Aukwilden, right? I got all kinds of them. I can just come
That's
up with
too much.
That's too much. No,
That's
but like well, that's part of the writing process, though. You got to help yourself. You map out your whole plan and the whole thing, and you'd be like,
I know.
I'm gonna when this person comes in, I'm gonna call him like Timothy instead of like Roberto. Or some
How's that,
shit.
Dom?
You know what I mean? Like Roberto was a real dirtbag, so I'm not going to put Roberto's name out there. We're going to call him Bob. You know what I mean? It could be really simple. It
Okay.
could be Timothy. You call him Tim. It could be
Timmy.
James. You call him Jim. It could be all kinds of stuff, right? Like you just change little things. Nothing has to be
Yeah, I know.
specific. You could change the last names.
I know.
Just flip a couple letters here or there.
You're
You know,
talking to somebody.
it's
who's-
real simple.
You're talking to
You
somebody
do
whose
it.
child's name actually includes the name Timothy. Do you know how many nursery rhymes I've made up, like changing and manipulating the middle name?
There you go.
Tim, Timmy, Tim.
There you go.
Tim.
You're halfway there.
Yeah, I know.
You're halfway to like anonymatizing your semi-autobiographical, novelized
All
thing
right.
that you're gonna have to write.
Well, you were wrapping it up, right?
I was about to. We can wrap it up now, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
really gotta pee.
Don't forget. That's going to be, we're going to have to wrap this episode of the Mason and Friends Show up. We want to thank you so much for listening. We'd like to encourage you to listen to old episodes as well as new episodes. Like, share, subscribe. Be nice to people that look like you. Be nice to people that don't look like you. Don't be a dick. Keep grinding on the stuff you're trying to get done because that's how it's going to get done. Don't forget, we love you very, very much. And we wish you nothing but peace. Peace be with you.
Peace.